Hi, I'm Lee Ryan. I'm director of the Writing Center at the University of Maryland in College Park. And you want me to talk about mentoring a little. Okay. Gosh, philosophically, I can't imagine not doing that. I really think it's the responsibility of those people who are involved in writing centers now to sort of reach out and help those who are becoming involved, trying to start writing centers, whether they're at other colleges and universities or whether they're in high schools or even in middle schools. So, those of us who've been down the path, I just can't imagine not helping out. Having said that, I do know time's a problem, and I know that, not everybody has a lot of time to give. I suppose from the side of the person looking for mentoring, then probably the approach you've already taken, going to somebody and saying, would you mind working with us? I don't know what was off-putting there, whether it was the word mentoring or what. But I just can't imagine somebody objecting if you said, for instance, I'd like to come down with some of my tutors, to visit your writing center so they can see what a college writing center looks like, so they can talk perhaps with some tutors and, get a sense of maybe what's beyond for them. It's hard for me to imagine anybody saying, no to that. I think the other part is probably getting involved in activities like the Mid-Atlantic Writing Centers Association or local kinds of groups or these local gatherings. And honestly, if they're not provided, you need to do, what Amber and I have done is just step up and provide them. And that's something that for years, ever since I've been in this writing center, I've had pieces of where we've even just contacted all writing center directors we can think of in the area and said, let's get together and have coffee and talk about our issues. What can we do for each other? Mm-hmm. So even, to be involved that way, because what happens then, of course, is you get to know people. And it's a lot different when you're not just, an email or a voice over the phone, when you're somebody in a meeting who, or a gathering where you can go up and say, I've been starting the writing center here or working in it, and I'm wondering if. So that's one other way in, I guess. What else would you like to know?
What do you see as the value in mentorship? Why is it something that's worthwhile to pursue?
I don't know where to start with that. As I mentioned before, I think it's a responsibility, really, and I'm not sure that every group or person that comes along needs to reinvent the wheel. Why not come to people who've been there, understand a bit of what it's like, who can share, and not just one person, but many even, who can share their experiences. Those of us who are sort of, how do I put it, inside, because we've been there for a number of years, bringing people who are up and coming. Lisa Zimmerelli and I wrote an article actually on mentoring. And one of the things I've tried to do here is set up, I have several assistant director positions. And a good bit of that is, I consider mentoring. So oftentimes it's not just watch what I do, but let's talk about why it's working this way. Why I'm doing it that way, so that you understand a little bit about the philosophy behind it, what I'm trying to accomplish. Because an awful lot of, certainly at the college level, I have graduate students here, and they are, if they're in comp rhet, they're likely to go on for jobs where they'll be in comp rhet and they might be writing program administrators somewhere. Or even, I have a lot of former tutors. We have 3 of them right out there now that are looking to start writing centers or already have. And, to be able to work with them and to help them avoid some of the pitfalls, to be able to direct them to resources, to help them figure out how to negotiate some situations with administrators, with faculty, with students, with tutors. It's great. I can't imagine not doing it.